All right, welcome back, guys. So, as I was saying now, like, mm, I activated my filter button already. Okay, yeah, I was here. So this one we have multiple records. Now, let's say I want to see for what's the thing now? Product code. I only want to see for 3 product code. I have this, and this, and this, maybe 4. Okay. How do I know the number of records I have left? I'll go to my bottom left corner. I can see it. I have 107. It says there is a filter applied on this sheet here. So I have 107 of those 4 product codes. Maybe it is Milo now. It has a code. When you go to the supermarket and you get stuff, they would have to scan it and whatever. What they are scanning is that product code. So it means for the whole of this data set, let me just make it 1 instead. So it can aid our explanation. Let me make it 1. So here we have 26, meaning from 2003, 2004, 2005, we only sold 26 items of this particular code. I have no other filter except on my production code column. So it means for the whole of the lifespan of this data set, this particular code or this particular item was sold 26 times. So yeah, that's on filtering. Now I want to clear everything. I would have to select all. Now I have my 2823 records back. So yeah, after our filtering, what next? We've done sorting and filtering. Since morning. Do we do validation first or remove duplicates? Let's do remove duplicates. I already said we will not be treating pivots, tables, charts, and graph and conditional formatting today. We'll be doing sorting and filtering, validation, and data tools today. So for next class, we'll be doing pivots, tables, charts, and graph, the conditional formatting. The reason we are not touching it today is because it might require more time because of how extensive it is. So it might require more time, and we don't want to waste our time today. Because the last class we had network fluctuations. So yeah, and we'll be doing more of talking today. That's why we chose those topics. So for data tools, we'll come back to validation. Or what do I do for? Sorry. Let's do validation instead. So let's follow the order. Validation. What do you understand by validation? Validation is very simple. You see, validation is more like restricting your data, restricting data. How do I put it now? Yeah, let's say it like this. Let's say we're going for a concert. Or let me say more like a conference that is just for ladies. A conference that is just for ladies. How do I validate now? Or how do I restrict? Yeah, the way we restrict is the way we validate. So we can say data validation is just data restriction. As simple as that. What will now be the restriction? It is now left to me, the planner or the host, to tell maybe the securities that, okay, this particular conference now is just for ladies. We don't want any man. That is my risk. That is the criteria now. It should be ladies, no man, no men. So it is now left to the security or whoever I told. Once they cite a male, they would have to maybe you throw him out or he should excuse himself because this conference is for male. Now, the security or whoever is relaying the information that this conference is for ladies and not for male now is like a message I am giving to the public. A message I am giving to the public, like, okay, if you're coming for this conference, you have to be, listen, if you're coming for this conference, you have to be a female before you can be allowed in. That is like, I have restricted the amount of genders would have. Yeah, I have restricted the amount of genders would have. Reason because this conference is mainly for ladies. I'm saying all of this so that we can say what we want to say. Yes. So now let's go further. I have this. I'll give us an assignment. I hope I remember before the class goes off. Yeah. So the assignment is comprised of all we've done from beginning to this point. So now, yes, I have this page. I should have filled this. Do we fill now? Okay, let's see. I have name. I have departments. What else? Wait, let's not fill. Okay, so I have this. We can use it on an empty sheet and we can use it on a populated sheet. Yeah. But it will be something that requires user to input something. Let's go. I have this now. I want to restrict this I want to restrict this sheet. I want to restrict this worksheet. How do I do that? How do I do that? You see, when we started this class, we told us something like we should get familiar with our tabs, the file tab, the home tab, menu inserts, draw, page out, whatever, and all they do so that it would be easier for us. Now, I want to do validation. How do I do it? How do I start? How do I go about it? I select anywhere. Sometimes it might be a range. Sometimes it might be a table. Mostly it's more like tables. Let's see. Is this particular range I want to fill? I select it. Go to my data tab. Or let's say it is populated already. I just click somewhere on it. For this reason, let's just use it. I go to my data tab. What do I want to do? I want to do data validation. I want to restrict my data. We'd see it under data tools. That is why we have data validation under data tools. Now, I would select my data validation. Okay. So before we even dive into this, you see, a recap. Validation allows restriction on data. Validation allows restriction of data. One thing we can see that this thing helps with is like makes our data accurate and consistent. It helps make our data accurate and consistent, meaning I cannot see any other gender apart from female. Even the guest speaker has to be female before they can enter. So it is very consistent. What I am saying is very consistent. There is no two ways about it. It is what I have stated it should be that is there. No two ways about it. Another one, it helps minimize error. It improves data integrity and its decision making. Data integrity, its decision making, consistency, all of them, same thing. So, how do I do this? Now, I have gone to my data tab. I have selected data validation. Now I have this pop-up. What does this pop-up mean? We have setting, we have input message, we have error alerts. We'll treat all of that one by one. Input message, error alert settings. Now, validation criteria. What is the criteria? Yeah, I can see any value. I can choose from any of this. I can say any value. I can say whole number. I can say decimal. I can say list dates. If I want dates, I would select dates. That's on the date column. If I want time, I would select time. If I want text, I would have to input the kind of length. And if I want to customize it, I can customize it. But for this course, for this class, we'll be doing whole numbers. Now, our whole numbers represent gender female. Sorry, it represents gender. Whole number. Now, I have whole number. Data between, can we say between? Yes, let's say between. This is a tool for this entails custom filtering. Yeah, this between, not between, equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, equal. You can use all of this for custom filtering and more. So yeah, for my whole number, I want it to be between. I would have my minimum, let's say 1,000 naira. Sorry, 1,000, and my maximum should not exceed 100,000. Yeah, my maximum should not exceed 100,000. Meaning, let's relate it to our first example. Meaning, I want you to allow I want you to allow gender female. Yeah. But now it has to be, so the female has to be between, let me say, age 5, minimum age 5, then maximum age 80. So this conference is for people between ages 5 and 80, and they must be, the value has to be female. That's the whole number. Sorry. Now, input message. What do I want to tell them? This, let's say this conference. I just titled it conference. No, sorry, we are not doing conference. Okay, so what do we call this? Let's just say grade. Then my message for you would be kindly impute your grades correctly. Thank you. Kindly impute your grades correctly. Thank you. Okay. Now, the title is, okay, let's do the title now. The input message has to be, let's retrace it back to our conference now. It's as simple as the conference is for females. This is a this is a conference for females. That is the message I gave to the security. You take it as an input message. This conference is for female. Simple as that. Then my error alert, meaning if a man is inside, the security has to go and meet that man and be like, "Excuse me, sir, you're not supposed to be here." Reason because this conference is majorly for females between ages 5 and 80. That is where our error message comes in. So I can actually, okay, let's select one in now, because I would have to go, the security would have to go and meet whoever is that is there and give them a warning. "Excuse me, sir, excuse me, you cannot be here." Title, anything I want, I can give it. Error message, I will just say, okay, this conference is for female, it's for females, yeah. But for this one, error message is, this has to be a grade because we are working on this has to be. Should it be grade? It's not grade, amount. This has to be consistent with our. This has to be consistent with our rule. Yeah. Let's go back to my input message. This is not good. Kindly input the maybe price. Yeah. So it's more like I am selling. If you come back to the one of female, whatever, it's more like I am selling stuffs, and the list item of sorry, the list price of item itself is 1,000 naira. That's where we have our whatever. The list item myself is 1,000 naira, and the maximum item myself is 100,000 naira. Then maybe you went your way and you came back making complaint that I am how do I put it now? Like this item is overpriced. You know, the list I said is 1,000 and the maximum I sell is 100,000. And you're telling me you purchased an item from my store at 250,000. That one cannot work because I would have to show you records that whatever I sell here is between 1,000 and 100,000. So there's no way you can tell me maybe you bought a particular item, just one item for 250,000. This is where validation helps. This is where validation helps. Okay, I want to load this store, and the list amount is one of items is 1,000, and the maximum is this price. So you cannot tell me that you want to get this only if you want to do giveaway though. But you cannot enter it as okay, you're making your complaints maybe on my website or anything. I would have proof to show you that no, this is not possible because I have this record, because I have done this, because I have validated everything before even stocking it up. That's one way this thing helps. So now, if you're telling me you bought it maybe for 250,000, this thing would have definitely, it will pop up like, okay, this has to be consistent with our rate because there's no way you come to my store when I already did my validation to the range and you're telling me you bought it more than the range, meaning there's a mistake somewhere, maybe on your end or something that does not have to do with the management. That is it. So now I'll click my OK. You see, this is my input message. So now for the security now, would have to tell them, okay, ladies on, sorry, female only. So Did I say grade? My God, should be price. Kindly input your price correctly. Thank you. Now, let's say I am making the complaint. I'm not saying I bought the item for 25 naira. If I should say enter to give me an error message, see, this has to be consistent with our range. This has to be considered that that means the error message we imputed when we said, okay, if it is not between 1,000 and 100,000, show them this. This is what is showing us. What if I write 2005? Okay, continue. Yes. Sorry. I can actually, we can actually restrict this, like, don't continue if you want to. If there's an error, don't continue. We can do that too. But now let's say I bought it for 2,500 and I enter. It will not give me any error message because it is correct. Now let's say I bought it for 200,000, 200. Wait, what? 100,000. Then okay. Oh shoot. What I'm saying. I was supposed to select my range. I was supposed to select my range. Sorry, we would have to do that again. So we already explained, so we just start another. Now my setting, any value, it has to be whole number. I cleared it now. What is this? So I have cleared it now. Let me select my range. No, we naturally said it has to be a table. Now, data validation. And I will come select my whole number between 1,000 maximum 100,000. Then my input message, maybe complain. Not necessarily complain. Kindly include price. Please, if we are not getting into it, you can call my attention back. Thank you. Then my error alert should be stopped. Yeah, this one, it should not allow me continue. If I have written something that is not within that range, it will not allow me continue. You know, before we did warning, or if we did warning, there's information, there's warning, there's stop. But this one, it will not allow me continue. So stop. What was the message again? Okay. Simple as that. Now, kindly input price. Thank you. Let me input it here. My price was 25 there. See, price exceeds our range. The error message or whatever I asked it to display, if the range does not comply with my range, price exceeds our range. So there is no continue, there is no okay, there is no yes, I want to continue. So I would have to retry. I cannot go on without correcting this. But now I have, let's say 57,600. If I go, it will continue because it is within my range. If I come here and I write like, okay, it's 45,000, it will continue because it is within my range. But if I now write, let me see, 3,008, it cannot continue because there is a mistake somewhere. So that is majorly data validation. I said I will give us assignments. Hopefully I remember. Please remind me if I don't remember. Thank you so much. SARS and mass. All right, so for year, I have, no, it will not enter. It will not enter because I already restricted it. Now, so that is validation. Let me remove my validations. So I can enter anything I want. Oh, I've not cleared them. I don't know how far we went. But let me Yes, but no, if I enter anything, we enter because I have. Yeah. Please, do you understand up to this extent? How many people do you have?
Yes, yes.
Three. Wow. Amazing. All right. Thank you so much. So that is that on validation. That is that on filtering. That is that on sorting. So for validation, let's do a brief recap. We said it allows restriction. It helps minimize errors. It helps improve data integrity. It also aids decision making, and it ensures accuracy and data consistency. So we can restrict based on data type and setting range. I think we did that already. We restricted this one to whole number. We can restrict to decimals. We can restrict to text. So yeah, let's say I have name here. I have gender. I have age. I have, let's say, hiring dates. Yeah, hire dates. I have what did I have? Employment. Yeah, no. I have my date already. I have my year. What do I? Let's just leave this for now. I can restrict this column to just text. I would have to do my validation name. I would give it a length. I can restrict this gender to just give me either F or M, F for female, F for male. So I'll just restrict my text length to 1. I can restrict this my age to O number, where it has to be between ages 5 and 80. My higher date, I can restrict it to maybe just for year 2024, for year 2001, anything I want. So the same process we use to restrict the range we selected then is the same process we would use to restrict a particular column or a particular row. It is as simple as that. All you need to do is just highlight the locations you want that validation to occur. Input your input message or your error messages, and you are good to go. It's as simple as that. So now we'll go to, let's check what's the next on our list. Okay, validation, pivot tables is for next class, chart and graphics for next class, data to remove duplicates, remove duplicates. This okay. Okay. Okay, so we're doing data to remove duplicates. Now I have back to this data set. We said we have 2,284 2,284 orders. Yeah, 2,284 records. Now, there's the probability of duplicates in the sense that I have quantity order, meaning I can have 50 customers during the span of 3 years, because this data set is for 3 years, 2003, 2000. During the span of 3 years, I can have multiple customers that came in and purchased 30 different items. 30 different items. Let's use 30. Like, okay, customer, let's say customer Tade in Q1 of 2003 came. She bought items up to 30 in quantity. She bought 30 items, yeah. Then another customer came in Q4 of the same year, bought 30 items. Another customer came in Q1 of the year 2005, bought 30 items, like that, like that. But now, what are we doing? I want to see for each unique values, each unique value. Okay, now let's leave quantity. You see price, we have duplicates, meaning I can have Milo to be sold at $95 every. Maybe morning fresh to be sold at $95. I can have chargers to be sold at the same amount you get. But then I want to see for, I just want to see one for each of everyone. I want to see one for each of everyone. We cannot do this on price because we cannot do this on price because it will not give us, it will not be accurate. It will not be accurate. It will not be accurate. Now imagine I want to sum for all my items, all the, let's say I want to sum for all my items, it will really give me for each price, it will really give me sum of each of all the whole price. You don't even understand what I'm saying, but then let's move forward. Now I have shipped, and here we have how many items? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then I want to see a record for each. I want to see a record for each. How do I do it? That's I want to um, remove duplicate based on my status column. And what column can we use now? Yeah, let's use customer name instead. Customer name. We have customer names here, maybe some companies. We have Land of Toys, we have Rent Collectibles, we have Beyond Civilians, Toys for Good, like that. This one are companies or hardly names. This one is a name, company, like that. So I want to see for each record, yeah, we can use this. How do I do it? Some we can use formula, but some would have that is where we use unique. Unique has a formula. But then there is a more easier way to reach these things can be done. How do we do? That's the need for that's where Excel comes to play. That's where the advantage of Excel comes to play over others. So how do I do this? How do I remove duplicates? Same way we did our data validation. Go to your data tab. It's very easy. Instead of me going to another column, writing equals to unique, coming back to look for my column, then looking for the range, then entry, I can just go to my data tab, go to remove duplicates. From which column? My customer name is your column N. So I would unselect all, select where I want to remove my duplicates from. That's column N. Like that. Column N, select it. Then I have my OK. This means we have 2,731 duplicate values found and removed, meaning we have 2,730, we have 2,820 whatever records. Now we have 2,731 duplicates. This means we have only 93 unique values. This means only 93 customers came in all through, meaning customer Tade can come maybe 20 times. I would have to record each of her orders. The first time she came, she bought quantity she bought 30 quantities of items. The second time she came, she bought 50 quantities. The next time she came, she bought just 5 quantities. The next time she came, she bought just 10 quantities, like that. Meaning that for that particular customer now, she only came, sorry, for that particular record now, I have only one customer that came multiple times. That is why it is duplicated. So for this one, it means we have just 93 customers, maybe company, maybe individuals. We have just 93 of them that came repeated time. And the number of times they all came is what so much to our 2,800 and blah, blah, blah. That is our 2,731 plus 93 now. That should be 2,824 or 2,834. So yeah, that is how we remove duplicates. And if I want to remove duplicates, I will just click my OK. But now I am not removing duplicates because there's nothing I want to do with the unique customers now. So I'll just have to cancel. But then when we move forward when we go further to Power BI, it is very easy. I wouldn't have to do anything. It's just like I would have said, okay, we can do that on Power Query. I'll be doing Power Query in Excel. So we'll treat that again on Power Query in Excel. Let me see if we have it now. How is in Power Query? We're almost done. Jesus. Okay, yes. This class will be more than 10 classes. Right. So yes, we'll do it when we get here. Power Query. Let me see how long. We have 9 minutes left, so we should be done before that. So yeah, we'll do it when we get here. And back to where we are. Wait. Removing duplicates. So it is that easy to remove duplicates. It is that easy. I just go to my data tab, select my I would select the column I want to remove my duplicates from. I select the column I want to remove my duplicates from, go to my data tab, go to remove duplicates. I click OK if I want to remove it. Or from the pop-up that shows, it would give me the number of unique values and the number of duplicated values. That's simple. So that's that on data tools. Now, before we move to, after data tools, we have, before we move to text to columns, we'll do transpose. Let's do transpose because that is easier. Transpose. Now, transpose is just something is in a landscape format. I want to turn it to portrait. Which one is portrait? Which one is landscape? Portrait is A4. I don't know. But sorry, I don't know. This thing is landscape. I want to turn it to portrait, or it is in portrait. I want to turn it to landscape. Like this now. This what we did here. Yeah, this like this all of this, but just this ones is a transpose of this table. How do we do it? I came back here because this one, it will be easier for us. We cannot be transposing 2000 plus rows because of why. So that's why I came back here. So now, let me clear it. Let me clear it. And we'll do it again. How do I transpose? It is very simple. Though it's not mostly used, but we also have the idea. Transpose. What's the work of my transpose? It converts a vertical range of cells to a horizontal range or vice versa. Meaning, if it is a vertical range, I can convert it to horizontal. If it is in a horizontal range, I can convert it to vertical. That is just the use of transpose. And like we said in former class, I don't know when, but we said it in this class, like a function is called upon when it is expected to perform just that function. Now I want to transpose. I cannot want to add and I will call upon transpose. No. I'm calling upon transpose because I want to transpose, and it only performs the function it is assigned to. And luckily for us, Excel uses English. No, okay, transpose it, sum it, divide it, product, give me the multiplication. It is as simple as that. So I want to transpose. All I have to do is just enter the array. Array is like range. Array is more like range. So what is the range now? I have to go to my table, select what I want to transpose. I'll just use Control Shift right down. So it has selected everything I want. Then I close my brackets and I enter. Oh shit. What's my error? It said we need to speed data to is not blank. Okay, so let me select somewhere else. So I deleted something from there, that's why. So now equal to transpose, click my tab. Where is my data coming from? Where's my data coming from? Here, all of this. Then I close my brackets, enter. I have it there, meaning, oh yeah. This one, we're having 0 because they are empty. We're having 0 because they are empty. That is where do I have it? Quantity purchase, total sales, author's name, sales moderation. Total sales, author's name, sales moderation. Total sales, author's name, sales moderation. They are empty. That's why it is having zeros. So that is just, basically that is what transpose means. Please, in case this video, what's the time? I don't know if you spent more than, okay, we are way past time, but I'm so sorry. This would go off in any time from 5 minutes, and in that 5 minutes, we cannot do text to columns plus our assignments. So maybe I'll just drop our assignments later. I don't know. And if luckily I forget, next class. So that is that on transpose. That is that on transpose. So back to our, what's it called? What next? Transpose. We'd have to do text to columns. Text to columns is, I have this, okay, majorly used for name, codes, and like that. Some stores using, some stores that have arrangements like, my system is hanging. Oh. Now, okay, we did author's name. Let's quickly concat this. Um, this. We did this in the last class. Even last class, we did this already. So I have this requiring. I have this. And I want to separate them again. Like maybe I am over happy or sorry. I just have to separate it. How do I do it? Text to columns. That's the use of text to columns. So I come here, select what I want, and I go to my data tab. I see my text to column. Everything is under data tools. So all we did today is under data tools, data validation, remove duplicates, and text to column. Text to column, I was supposed to select where I want. Now let me select here. I would undo this later, do. So now this is where I want, but then I have this. I want to separate them. I enter text to columns. Now we have choose the file type that best describes the data. Delimited, that's like separator. Delimiter like is just separator, basically separator. So this one are fixed with fields are aligned in column with spaces between each other. So this one is the default type fixed with. Let me say it is Rick, Warren. I will just have to choose delimited. I will enter my, okay, let's say it is Rick, Warren. I will choose my delimited, click my next. I will select the delimiter, then click my next. I would enter the location I want it to separate into, yeah, something like that. Then I click finish. But now it is not a delimited format. So I would have to choose my fixed width. I would have my next, and I finish. No, what range do I want it? Remember I said I would have to choose my range. I want it to start from here. Good. Then I enter finish. It will break. Sorry, we can't do that to image. So, oh, shoot. All right. So let's say I have, let's go and try another data set. It's because we already, we work this, because this column is dependent on these two columns. That's why it's not working. But regardless, let's try another data set. We have this. Yeah, let's say I want to split this now. How do I do it? I go to my data tab, text to columns. This one has a delimiter now. You see, it already picked it by itself that it is delimited. So now I do my next. What is my delimiter? This is order. I would write it here because it is not it is an underscore. So I would click my next, select location that I want. From here, I'll come here. I'll come to this place. Let's say this place now. Then I click finish. Now it will separate S1O and S. Blessing. So we have X10. The separator was underscore 1678. Let's check. Yeah, X1. Now it removed the separator. So it's just like, okay, I have full name and I want to separate it into first name, last name. The same way, the same method I use for this is the same method I would use for that. Please, and please let us join using the same link. And I promise us we will not use up to 15 minutes in the next class. Thank you so much. Because this thing would go now.